This video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George's buff is buff.
Oh, yeah.
Got me sweating.
I was not
sweating.
expecting that revelation.
Honestly, with the way his character is, you wouldn't expect it. But then it's like, now let me subvert your expectations with these gains, man.
Right.
Let me subvert
because the impression I got without his character, he was supposed to be like a nerdy character. I was just gonna get a scene of him working out, which is the funniest thing.
George is like literally the dream that I had in high school of like, listen, I understand how people are like portrayed that like anime and stuff. I'm going to try and be as buff as like I'm gonna try and work out as much as I can, like to make like to subvert like opinions about that. Good God, what an absolute king!
That man is making so like the gains are like amazing. I need his workout regimen or something right now.
I mean, with his workout regimen is every Kamen Rider series that you watch, you also have to work out while you watch it. That's how I think that it has.
Can you imagine
how it works?
like,
because
no, you go ahead.
Based off of the number of like belts and like various like Kamen Rider series he has, if he has watched all of them, yeah, I understand why he's buff. If he just works out while he watches them.
I like to think that there's like, you know how like people make drinking games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I know about drinking games.
Question once again within in universe of the show.
It's just like if that's the workout regimen, I kind of want it to be like, I'm gonna make a drinking game, but instead of drinking, it's just like push-ups or various exercises. That feels like the way to go. Kamen Rider.
Push-ups, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, hey, watch Kamen Rider. For as long as you watch Kamen Rider, you have to keep doing like push-ups or sit-ups. That's the rule.
Hey, look, hey, just put Kamen Rider on the TV as you work out, right?
It works.
Right, that's how it works. Yeah, it works for George, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, even when you look at like Iki, like at the beginning of this episode, he's got muscle. Like you don't have to like make it just his whole fucking like. You don't have to make it like, oh, I'm gonna fucking like break my back doing like workouts. They just got lean ass muscle. Like you just gotta like do some shit. Like, hey, Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off.
You're right. Anyway, I guess aside from George's fucking gains, right? We do open up on what
his
having. Yeah, his fullness. We open up on what?
No, besides from George's gains, we also gain a lot from our weekly unnamed tokusatsu podcast series, right? Where I also a person who hears about Kamen Rider tokusatsu, enjoyed by my friend William. That's you, a person who does not work out or see or get enough sunlight every day. As we're enjoyed by our good friend.
You're pretty pale though.
I'm pale by genetics.
Kamen Rider Revice. Hey, welcome to episode 4. Not enough love. A dangerous devil is born.
Look, it's just I had to.
Right? Hey, wait. You like these segues? You like these intros I do?
I don't do that a lot. Anyway, no. What? Yeah, what?
Yeah, we're just all worried about your skin tone.
Hey. Hey, Daiji once again realizing that, hey, you have to do this thing that I am obviously not qualified for, and so now I am projecting.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Boy, the based off of what we can assume of the next episode, Daiji just keeps getting shafted, and I'm starting to feel bad for him at this point.
It's definitely a main plot point.
Like they're really writing his character like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like listen, if we're, I get it, like, hey, yeah, Daiji's, like, he's doing whatever he's doing, like, he's being himself, but, like, god damn, do we have to, like, beat the shit out of him, like, this much? Like, god.
I mean,
because Daiji is just
get, like,
right.
Not doing anything.
I feel like we're gonna get a big payoff though with the way this character is going.
Yeah, like they keep setting his character up to fail, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I hope it does comes to end something where his character is not just a fucking loser who's in the shadow of his superior older brother who doesn't even want to be involved in his issues, right?
But, like,
yeah.
I mean, it definitely seems like it's gonna go that way eventually anyway, so. But I would definitely want to see how it goes.
It'll be.
It's nice to be
if they have a smart screenwriter, right? They don't forget plot points involving characters just to bring up within the last 4 episodes of the series to quickly pay off and rush off. Right?
Hey man,
yeah,
I'm just,
there's no way that like that last bit of like
all I'm just gonna say is that
Daiji
at this point,
like performing a raid on some kind of warehouse or whatever is gonna like not show up.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, with the way these episodes are going, like, these 4 episodes are, like, above and beyond, like, most everything Saber has done so far, you know? So, like, I have full confidence where it's gonna go.
It's almost like it was incredibly dissatisfying.
Yeah, right? God,
anyway, so let's jump into the episode of...
Iki and Daiji, like, Daiji, right? Because I remember this was an issue beforehand. I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. But Daiji is... I'm
trying to correct you. Make sure that you say things right. Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Because the way you said it again, it's just making me think...
Daiji.
Daiji?
No, not Daichi. No, Daichi's my cousin.
Daiji.
Yeah.
Okay. Daiji. Anyway, they're having an argument in the goddamn bathhouse over the fact that Iki still has not signed a fucking contract. Which is actually kind of surprising. Yeah, because he doesn't want to sign a contract. Hey, listen. Hey, I want my attorney present right? if I'm gonna sign a contract, I want my attorney present. Like, you can't trick me. Like, they might have tricked you, but they're not gonna trick me.
Right, I'm not gonna give away all my rights to my father to have him in charge of my finance and the rest of my adult life.
Yeah.
Right?
Hashtag free Iki.
Jesus. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean they have an argument, and Daiji is he's understandably kind of irked at him, right? And then then we kind of cut into... Also, I have to say this again. They really do set up some good shots, though. Because I did like when Daichi's kind of walking away. You get, like, the shot of Iki, like, within the frame, you know? Of the,
within the window frame?
The door frame. The little door window thing. I don't know what you would call it. But, it's...
within the space.
Yeah.
Within the
space. You're talking about the hospital, or...
No, like, when they're in the bathhouse.
It's early episode when he's leaving.
When he's leaving the bathhouse.
Like, we see the shot... Yeah. I know what that's actually a good frame shot. Do you think that's a visual representation for something? Like how Iki is self-enclosed within his own space, and he's not looking at the outside world, right? And the events happening a lot because he's too enclosed within his own personal window of space and being. Is that what you're trying to say?
Man. If anything, like the thing is, like I know it feels like a little bit of a meme with what you're saying, but it feels like that feels about right, to be honest with you. But honestly, it's like the shots are getting really good. Like I'm noticing this a lot.
Yeah, no. This actually is a good shot, right?
Yeah.
You appreciate the shots like this.
Yeah, and then you get like then we get to the next scene where apparently Ayaka is not staying over at her mom's house. Understandably, considering the fact that her mom just doesn't give a shit about her. Right?
I mean, her mom didn't care when she got kidnapped.
Oh my, yeah.
So...
I mean, yeah. And then she's like, "Oh wait, she's not here." And then you cut to like the Three Musketeers, right?
Yeah, the dead men.
Yeah, where they're kind of just having a talk. Like they literally just drop off some like fucking some fucking important information in the fact that most people who even try a fucking Vice stamp just end up becoming what is called a Gifu Junior. And then there are the others where
no, it's not. Did they say Gifu Junior or did they just say Junior?
They say Gifu Junior from what I'm reading in the subs. I don't know if that's indicating something with
okay.
No, the Gifu Juniors are the grunt enemies.
Yeah.
And then
I knew they were juniors. I just didn't know if they were. I didn't remember them being Gifu Juniors specifically.
Yeah, they say Gifu Juniors, but then you get the others who actually produce Deadmans, and apparently something from the next step from that is like you form a contract with the Deadman, the devil that you spawn, and then you become what is it in it? What was the term? I don't remember. I don't recall if it was advanced Deadman or just like something specifically.
Yeah, no, just the Deadman.
No, it was an advanced contract.
Yeah, because the thing is
with a Deadman.
Yeah, because they merge with their Deadman in order to become just like them. Oh no, to become a sacrifice. Because apparently they need 6 sacrifices in order to become.
Right. Again, hey, we're on episode 4, and we know more about like what the absolute goal. At least, even if the goal changes, right? We know more about what the goal that's trying to be set up for like this enemy, like faction, than we did at any point in time about fucking like Saber.
God, it's so nice to know that like we now know what the heroes have to prevent in order to make sure that the fucking big bad doesn't come back. It's so nice.
But also we're working on it isn't even necessarily that they have to describe this to the characters, right? Like it isn't so much that like we're operating in a sense of they know what they have to prevent. They actually don't. Like, this hasn't been said to Iki. So we're operating on this sort of, like, narrative irony where it's like, okay, we know what the goal is that they're working for, but they don't actually know. And that's fine. We're okay with that. Because it's fine to give us, like, at least two, like, lines of the same storyline, 2 different perspectives on it. You know, we know what's going on with the Deadmans. We know what's going on with like Iki, and we have like Phoenix. Like we have these factions, and that's fine. But like, I'm glad that we get to fucking know what is going on with like somebody's intentions, versus just going like, okay, cool, there's this book writing things down, I don't know what the fuck that's doing, okay, cool, whatever.
Oh yeah, we still don't know about that, do we?
Listen, I hope that it hits Fahrenheit 451, like burn that shit down.
Yeah, but aside from the fucking something, like a series has explained something to us, at least for me, because I've only seen, like, Saber in its entirety, and I'm only really starting Revice.
Yeah.
I still haven't continued Amazon, but that's a different thing. But we also get the shot where it's revealed that Ayaka is actually the person who is like with the Vice stamp. And
what a surprise! Who could have possibly seen that coming?
Yeah, right.
We finally get to attribute whose foot that we were looking at.
Yeah.
Ooh, Quentin Tarantino is sweating right now. Oh my god!
I still kind of wish that it was her sister, but this isn't about.
I don't know.
That would have been really funny.
Little girl's feet. All right. I feel like that's something you put.
Based off the fact that based off the fact that her mother was banking all of her banking all of her future on, it seems like a lot of people want to see like a little child's feet, because that child, like, she's essentially in baby metal.
Oh wow. Yeah, I forgot about.
Like when you look at it, like it's really just baby metal.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when we almost went to go see that, but then we went, I don't want to be seen there, because that would be bad. Like, I thought, hey... I
forgot there was a point where they were performing in our area. That was
and we were like... at the Fillmore, and we were like, oh my god, that'd be so fucking funny, but then it was like, but we'd also have to like pay money to like go there, and it's like, how much do we want to pay for a joke? And it was like, not that much.
Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds about right. How much were the tickets actually? How much were they?
It was enough that at least like
$30, I think?
4 or 5
you gotta keep in mind, this is back when we were still
years ago, we were like,
money
it's too much for a joke.
We didn't have access to something called money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I get it, I gotcha. Oh yeah.
My chocolatto.
Hey! Their song was used in the Tiny Tina trailer. That was like the most mind-blowing thing when I was watching that trailer. Holy shit. Oh, there was a fucking baby metal.
Holy shit. I have to watch this trailer now. Holy shit. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer and I heard the song in the back. I was like, I fucking heard this song before. What the fuck is this? Then when they acted out, I was like, holy shit, is this baby metal? I think it's got baby metal song in this fucking
That's fucking amazing.
Borderlands
That's
trailer.
honestly amazing.
Yeah.
But then we cut to like
so we cut to George working out in the gym.
Also, like we see all his fucking merch.
Yeah. So here's the thing. How does this work? Right? Right? Like, how does this exist within this universe?
So let me explain to both of you. All right. So what you do is, You pay a small fee. You pay a small fee at a periodic point, and you walk into a facility that happens to have what is called workout equipment, right? And then you go in, and then you take your arms, right, and put your hands around some what is called workout equipment. Either you can also sometimes put it around your feet, right?
Jeez.
And then you use your muscles. And I know that this is rare.
Anyway,
you just pull your muscle. You use it to pull yourself up and down, and that actually winds up working out. Working out, by the way, means
I'm
to
pretty sure that's the fucking Kamen Rider
stress your muscles, but by stressing them, they actually gain strength, and you can get some power and like control with that. You just do that, and you do that maybe like 2 to 3 times a week. Some people in the extreme do that like every day a week, but that's a really extreme. You just do that, and you're able to like really like you're able to gain muscle, and that's how you turn out to be like as fucking shredded as George. Anyway. Whoa, William died for a second.
Okay, no, I left.
No, William stopped for a second to go work out. I understand. He was trying to figure out how. He was trying to figure out how to go he took a second to go Google like how to work out. Like he was trying to figure that out. No, I get it. It's like once you learn the secret, like you really want to just go out and try it. I get it, William. Everybody's trying to get to that rock, like the Rock level of like musculature.
Okay.
That Lord Zed ripped body.
Anyway, fucking. Before we got oh my god, I don't even want to talk about that segment anymore. Let's just go to the.
Did we ever get distracted? I think I was pretty focused the entire time.
Idol concert, all right. We're all at an Idol concert where
we were already at an Idol concert. We're way past that point. We're talking more about how George is an absolute fucking unit.
Anyway, he has a fucking picnic basket ready for like fucking Ayaka, and then all the while trying to convince Sakura that he's not in love with Ayaka. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then during this whole fucking bit, then you got like. Also, here's this bit. Okay, so I thought they knew about. Okay, because the thing is, Iki is arguing with his demon, and Sakura is all like weirded out by it.
It seems like Sakura should know that. I feel like they should know, right? Arguing with.
Is this just not a thing that nobody knows?
No, I don't.
Yeah, they absolutely should. At least Sakura should know. Like.
Do you think everyone is right? Just think he's schizophrenic. He keeps
Daiji knows.
Daiji
But
knows,
Daiji definitely knows.
So then
Daiji definitely knows.
Nobody else.
Oh yeah, no, Daiji knows about Vice, but I don't think anyone else in the family realizes that he
that's
has
just
a
weird,
fucking
right?
that's
I feel
inhabiting
like that's
him.
But they should have known after episode 1. After episode 1, at least after episode 2, they should have like figured out like, okay,
I really do hope that that's something they talk about, because it's actually kind of confusing. Like they just don't mention that at all.
Yeah, you don't bring up the fact that, hey, our son might be crazy because he keeps talking to himself as if he's being haunted by a spectral demon.
It's just like, it's like, with the way he's like comfortable and talking with his
like, I will say,
it's like, it feels like
I will say whatever,
at least, right?
like, the line of... Whatever the line is between what is and isn't, like, classified for Phoenix is very questionable, because it's like, clearly, like, Daichi is allowed to go home and like hang out with his family, like live with his family, that's fine, but is he not allowed to tell them that, like, clearly he's talked to his mother in the hospital about like trying to get Iki to sign the contract, but why would any of the other things about, like, Iki's situation be classified at this point? Deadmans are, like, an established, known thing in this universe. Phoenix is trying to, like, fight them.
Yeah, and everyone knows about the organization.
And they've stated, and he has told his mother, clearly a civilian, like, Iki has an ability to, like, fight against them. Like, it shouldn't be to a point that people, like, that he wouldn't be able to talk about it, or that Iki wouldn't be able to talk about it. So there's shouldn't really be any, like, secrecy at this point. Like, it shouldn't be any surprise to people about, like, oh, I'm if I turn away and, like, shout at the sky, like, yeah, it's probably because Iki is fucking, like, arguing with his demon. Like, I don't think that's, like, that shouldn't be a secret at this point.
I don't know, it's just, it is just odd. But then we get, like, fucking...
no, that's just...
It's just, I just don't understand how they don't know about it, Vice at this point. But, then we get a scene where Ayaka is kind of just approaching her mother, right? And then, you know, oh my god, I really hate, like, I know they do this whole reconciliation thing by the end of it, and I guess we're supposed to kind of accept it. I really don't like the mother's excuse here. Where it's like, oh, I didn't think it'd be
bad. Oh no, she's a bad mom.
It's just horrible. I'm like, your child literally went through like a very traumatic fucking event, and you literally just say, "Oh, well, I didn't know it was that serious."
She was held at gunpoint.
Yeah, and then she's like, and then she's just like, she's just like, "Oh, well, you know, you don't pick up the phone sometimes." Like, bitch, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, to be fair, hold on. To be fair, I would not call my mom first. If I were in a hostage situation, I would call the police.
Like,
I would call the police.
Yeah,
I would call the police.
Okay, fine.
And
the guy who's holding you hostage is not letting you call the police. He's letting you call your mom.
Well, he doesn't know what the fuck I'm calling.
Well, he look. It's just.
I would
I'm
call.
So frustrated with the mother. I'm so frustrated with her.
I would personally call. Like, I would call, like, okay, if I were in a situation where, like, I was being held ransom or whatever, right? I would probably call, like, I would probably call a friend and try to, like, give some kind of code of, like, listen, call 911 before I would call, like, my parents. Because why would I... Like,
I mean, the thing is, it's more
ransoms are not, like, the way to get paid at this point.
Well, we also kind of had to consider the fact that Ayaka did this on purpose anyway, right? So then, there's the whole thing. But, clearly her mother
she's clearly a flawed child.
I mean, she's definitely
Love
an unloved child,
Yes.
but good lord, that mom just didn't give a shit. And then, of course,
Well, no, she's a less loved child. Clearly the money-making pedophile bait child is way better.
Yeah, okay, sure, Jesus. But fucking... But yeah, then she's just like, oh,
There are only full-grown adults. There are only full-grown adult males in the stands for, like...
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not arguing.
First.
I'm not arguing against your point. Okay, I'm just trying to get us back on track into the fact that the mother just focuses on the other daughter, Miharu, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And right after, she's like, "Oh, you know what? I just gave you this 2 sentences after your traumatic event. Let's help you move on from this." And then, clearly, Ayaka is very deservedly pissed, and then just summons her dead man's. And then her mother's like, "Oh no, monster!" And then that just triggers Ayaka.
What? How did this monster show up? What? How could this have possibly come from the product of my poor parenting?
Yeah, right. Then you get Iki coming in, fucking ready to get fucking fight. Well, you also get Daiji too, and then they do the whole transformation thing. They fight a whole bunch of Deadman Juniors. They also do some really neat moves that I thought were actually kind of cool. That where Vice does this whole fucking stomp on the ground and flings everybody up in the air, and then fucking Iki just
stomp
attack.
Yeah.
That the
Vice,
shockwave, right? Yeah.
Vice continues to be an incredibly entertaining character, despite blackface continuing to be a bad thing that people shouldn't do. And I'm gonna mention it every time that I mention something good about Vice, because honestly, hey,
No, that's fair. Remember,
That's fair.
just every time I talk about Mark Wahlberg, I have to mention how he committed a hate crime against an elderly Asian man.
Yeah.
an elderly, legitimately, literally Vietnamese man,
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg, did bad things. But, let's be real, Vice is very entertaining, especially towards the end of this episode when Iki finally signs the contract. I'm curious to see if we're working on more of, Vice is sort of a Tassel sort of character, where it's he understands the sort of bigger picture of where we're at than we do. But yeah, so Vice, Vice helps to whoop ass on all of these fucking dead or Gifu Juniors, and it's oh man, my sister's a bad person, or oh, I don't like my mom. Anyway, I guess I'm going to sign this advance contract with the devil and go be evil. And she somehow turns into, yet again we have 2 seasons in a row, a smoke monster from Lost.
Oh my god.
And I guess that's Ayaka's ability, is turn into a weird... She literally looks like the, William, you won't understand this because you don't have a Switch anymore, because you're a stupid idiot.
I don't. Okay,
and
sure,
the Monster Hunter series is very good. She's a weird smoke Rajang. Again, this is something that you wouldn't understand, but it's a big ass thunder monkey.
Yeah,
but
explain it to me more, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well, I won't, because what you should do is just get Monster Hunter. And you should also get a Switch. You should also get your own Switch. Buy me a new
Switch then, alright? Buy me a new Switch.
I mean, listen, I could get to California. I can get to Listen, if you want me to work something out with your breed, I can get
fucking breed.
I have connections. I can get that worked out for you. I can.
What does that mean?
I know people that can get your Switch back for you.
What are you?
I'm saying that I can get your Switch back for you.
No, please don't, because this sounds like a fucking
It only depends on how much you. It only depends on how much you want your. It only depends on how much you want to have a brother.
Oh Jesus. Fuck. Oh my god. How about I would like to keep my brother? How about that? Anyway, fucking with that big threat aside.
Yeah, so Ayaka Monster kidnaps her moms and runs away. It's like,
No, it was her.
Yeah,
kidnaps
her sister.
She kidnaps her little sister because she's like, "Hey, fuck this little bitch."
Right now. Yeah.
And then you get like this whole.
And then Daiji goes into an argument with Iki about, should have done something. I'm like, And once again, what to point out that Iki, he is legally not part of this in any way, right? He's just doing this because he can, right? He is not under any actual obligation to be helping out Phoenix, right? With their problems, right?
Yeah.
He is a literal civilian within their underground war against.
Keep talking. I'm gonna go get food.
It is not even an underground war, Austin. It is overground. Everyone's aware of this war, and it is happening right now.
Right. He is the Pat Oswalt of Blade. All right.
Oh my god. I mean, but to be fair though, Iki is very much the only one who can apparently become a Kamen Rider. But
hey, maybe Phoenix should spend more money on research with their stupid belts, right? Instead of building a PC when there's a global shortage of parts right now, alright? No one told Phoenix to build that PC, alright?
Austin, you gotta remember, it's an alternate universe where there is no shortage. There is no pandemic. That's why they're able to do what they can do.
Also a universe. It's a parallel universe where Japan is not in a state of emergency.
That also still does bring to mind about the Kamen Riders, because I remember you were trying to mention at one point earlier, right? How did they get Kamen Rider merch in a world that just doesn't apparently have Kamen Riders beforehand?
I was gonna bring that up before Tariq went on his rant. Yeah, it makes no sense, right? Because I told you the original concept, right?
Right. Like
the original concept for this show was that Kamen Rider exists in universe as a media program, right?
Yeah.
Right. That was the original concept for this, the original premise for the season. And now George was just a fucking weeb. Was like, ooh, I love me my TV Kamen Riders. I'm gonna plug that shit into everything.
Right.
Right. But apparently, at some point, they gave up on that and they didn't bother to write it out. Right. So these Kamen Rider merchandise appearing within in universe makes no actual sense. Right, for them to exist.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
unless it's like a Spider-Man situation where how within the Spider-Man universe, people just make Spider-Man merchandise without Spider-Man's consent, and he doesn't get any royalty from it.
Yeah,
right?
but then again, you have to disclose your identity, so that sucks for Spider-Man, right? But that also kind of because the thing is, it also kind of makes me remember about the whole opening where George is kind of in front of he's looking at a whole bunch of Kamen Riders and tanks, right? So
right.
It's either that they've existed before in this world and we're going with a one-line continuity type of bit here, which I don't really think is the case.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a Spider-Verse type of situation, right? Where it's just they're a universe that is capable of going into other universes that have other Kamen Riders and plucking them out of those, and then doing what they did here. So that is potential, but then it also kind of brings to mind did he come to this universe just to buy merch and then bring it into his universe? Is that what happened? Is he that much of a fucking weeb before Kamen Rider that he's just gonna go ahead and do that?
Yeah, it's pretty funny it is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Iki and finish their arguments, and Iki goes don't know what to do about this. So he goes to the only person he knows. Right, he goes talk to his mom about this.
His mom.
Right.
Yep,
hey,
that's
Daiji
it.
is forcing me to join his paramilitary group.
I really love the mom character. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, she's the only person with a fucking grounded sense of self.
Yeah, it's really great to see how like everybody kind of goes to her to talk to for advice and everything, and how
sure will be sad when she dies.
The matriarchy of the household.
Yeah,
because the dad is obviously incompetent enough to fucking run a bathhouse without them going bankrupt or losing the bathhouse to a scam because he didn't read the contract. Right?
I mean,
instead of saying prize, he read it as pride.
It's just like.
I will say, for, like, as much as it seems like kind of like a petty thing to hold on to, like, for, like, Iki to be, like, so, like, bent out of shape about, like, protecting the bathhouse, I do understand where it's, like, we have actual, like, property that is ours. Like, imagine, like, It's just like, we've paid off the mortgage, basically. We have this property. This is our property.
Yeah, and then you get some random big bullshit corporation.
Like, interest is only going to increase, sort of thing. Like, like interest is only going to increase, like property value is only going to increase. I'm not going to give this up, like, so, like, quickly. Like, we need to hold on to this. And, like, somehow Iki is the only person that is, like, really fighting for this. And when you look at it that way, it's like, yeah, I get it. And I also don't really understand why, like, Iki wouldn't be able to, like, do Kamen Rider shit and, like, be the primary homeowner of, or property owner of, like, the business, sort of thing. Like, that's the only thing that I think is, like, that I have, like a complication with, where is, like, oh, my big crisis is I have to choose between, like, protecting the bathhouse and, like, being Kamen Riders. Like, you could do both. I don't see any way in which you couldn't do both, other than your absolute dipshit father, like, trying to sell your house.
Well, I think it's more. Well, the thing is, if like, from what I'm seeing, it's like, it seems like it's only really Iki and his mother that are really handling the bathhouse, while everyone else just kind of does their own thing. And the father, I don't know what the father's deal is. But, like, that's probably why he feels like he's so bent out of shape.
He's making TikToks, William. Wait, don't you make TikToks? Don't you watch your parents make TikToks?
No.
Don't you listen to the auto text-to-speech in TikToks?
That also...
The father's deal is, like, making fucking, like, Guinness records.
Yeah, but it's... Well, I mean, yeah. But that's the thing, though. So, like, I can kind of understand, because you don't want to end up losing it while you're out on the job fighting for, like, the world, and then, like... You save the world, but what else do you come back to if you just lose it, right? In the middle of it, like, that's probably the case. So I guess it kind of makes sense, but they kind of figured that out by the end anyway. But you get the whole talk with his mother. Then Iki kind of finds the case with the Vice stamp, the new Vice stamp on it, the pterodactyl one, right?
Yeah, pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. New toy. For the audience to buy.
And then you get
because his brother loves him.
Yeah, you get a nice moment between the mother and, like, Daiji, and then it's just like, it's nice to see. Then you get, like, Iki kind of sitting down looking at a photo and stuff, and then this is like you do get a nice one-on-one with, like, Vice and Iki, No,
I mean, this is like, honestly the parallel that they're trying to create between. The parallel they're trying to create between Iki and, like, Daiji versus Ayaka and Miharu is, like, listen, family is important, and also some people have, like, bad relationships with their, like, siblings and their parents. God, their mom's eyes are bug-eyed as shit. She got that bad surgery, like.
Okay.
But, like, no, I'm just saying, she got very creepy. Like, their mom, like Miharu and Ayaka's mom, has like creepy eyes. But no, so there's definitely like a sibling parallel, not parody, but basically between Iki and Daiji and Miharu and Ayaka, where it's like, hey, listen, I'm going to like maybe we have more conflict with each other, but like we're actually going to like work together to like try and like solve this problem. And Daiji is even last episode when Daiji like ran off to go get the other vice stamp to like give to Iki, you know, well to trade like for ransom. He's still trying, like, they're both trying to do the same thing, they're just trying to do it in different ways. Like, they're both trying to, like, work for the same solution. It's just, like, they both have to acknowledge that, like, you might have your own way of doing this, and I might have my own way of doing this.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice to see. But let's see where we're at. Where are we? Where like where they go into the
situation? Well, we're at the stand.
Yeah, we're at the stand up right after Iki.
Yeah.
Iki and Vice to talk. Right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just I'm trying to figure.
Hey.
It was a good talk. It was a good analysis.
She's willing to drop a child from the building.
Well,
all right?
drop her sister.
All right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's still a child.
Right?
You know. Yeah. Right? It's accurate. But then you get the whole.
Hey, well, good for her. She's dedicated to that, right? Like that's a character with clear dedication. Dropping a small child.
Go fuck yourself, kid.
Yeah. So anyway, so Iki brings the mother here. Iki brings the mother like, hey, talk this out. Talk this out with your child and everything, right?
Yeah. It is, so, and then you get like. Sorry, you get like what flashbacks of like Ayaka and Iki for a little bit, and then Ayaka fucking spazzes out at seeing her mother, so then Iki like just quick transforms into like fucking into his Kamen Rider form, and holding fucking Ayaka back. Then you get like the whole you get this whole reconciliation scene with like between Ayaka and her mother.
Hey, where is this happening?
Yeah, you're talking about like when they go into
on top of a roof.
No, not that. When they go to that weird spatial area, are you having this mental conversation or what's up with this? Where is this happening?
I mean, I imagine they're
that's in the space where thought and form meets side by side. Clearly, they're in like fucking limbo.
I mean,
like
it's
they're just
right,
like having
this conversation.
Like I've watched enough Gundam during.
What you saying?
I've watched enough Gundam during like during the like pandemic to go. So sometimes people just like have to talk, and it goes into like a weird metaphysical world. That's where it happens.
I mean, okay, but like to answer your question, Austin, I think I think Austin just went off to yell at somebody. Anyway, Austin, are you there? Because I'm trying to make a point to Austin. Well, I guess I'll say either way here. But the thing is, the reason why
specifically about Austin. I'm not good enough. Okay, wow.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
just because I'm the darky of the group. I mean, I get it, but like that's fucked up.
Oh my god! Look, also I did watch that.
You're right. I wouldn't pose a question because I know enough about how America works.
Yeah, sure. Okay, look, I was just gonna. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to say two things. Okay. First, to you, I finally saw. I mean, I know it's a bit off topic. I finally saw the episode last of what you were talking about. It was pretty fucking great.
Off topic's a different. That's a podcast on an unrelated like series. That's not us.
Yeah. You're right. But like the thing is, Austin, you're back. So the thing is, to the point that you're making, I think it was just more representative of like the mother finally seeing Ayaka. That's probably just the bit that they were doing, like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm finally paying attention to you, daughter of mine. We're having a genuine conversation right now." So yeah, that's probably why they did the whole thing, or they really just did transport into a whole metaphysical realm. But you never know. But yeah, they hug it out, they cry it out, but then
they were having a talk.
Yeah, but then Ayaka just decides to cry tears of blood, right?
Yeah.
Although after that brief moment where it died, she's like, "Yes, we did it," and they're like, "No, you didn't. You didn't at all," because now she's fucking spazzing out for a different reason.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of has this whole energy outburst, and then fucking the rooftop.
The sister falls off.
The rooftop
the monster
cracks, and then the sister falls off. Like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, she's taking a while. She's taking a while to fall down.
Yeah,
right?
it's apparently a very tall building, enough for for a new transformation to happen and everything, right? With all the rubble and stuff. But I mean, it's a really cool scene. Besides, it's a nice mix of CG and real life actors. I really like it. So it doesn't look as bad as I would think. But then, with this new transformation, you finally get the new fucking air. What do you call it? Air bike? What would you call that?
Hover bike, right? Hey, it's what
Airbud. No, Airbud is a different thing. That happens. It's what happens when the rules say that you can have a dog. Like, they don't say that you can't have a dog on the court, but
Airbud rules. Yeah, Airbud rules, right?
I think the funniest thing is how the little sister has been unconscious for this entire time, and then all of a sudden she regains conscious, right? How quickly she regains conscious, the funniest thing.
Yeah, honestly.
Right, she's been unconscious ever since being on the roof. But then as soon as Iki grabs her, right, puts her down, she's suddenly conscious, how the fuck did I get here? Right, literally the last time we saw her.
You think she'd wake up when she's falling down too, right?
Yeah, hey, she's adapting to being a
hold
situation.
Well, I mean, she probably faces a life-threatening situation whenever she gets on stage, so
Yeah.
Hold on.
She probably faced a kidnapping or two herself. You never know. But yeah, what are you saying, Tariq?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I just realized that what we haven't talked about is, because this is definitely not an anniversary series. Hey, William.
Yeah.
What Kamen Rider
is
referenced in the
is this one based
Terra
on
fucking form for Revice?
Look, of all the Kamen Rider I know.
Yeah, of all the Kamen Rider that you know.
Yeah, look, I only know Gaim, sort of. I haven't finished it yet.
That's
I haven't
sad.
finished Amazon's either. And Saber I unfortunately finished. So it's gonna be one of those.
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's neither of those.
All right, I don't know that. I have no fucking idea. So what is it?
It's none of those.
Okay, so what is it then?
Yeah, hey, say a word and you might honestly just hit the fucking blind darts board of hitting. Because honestly, if a letter can be a Kamen Rider series like W, then you can just throw a random dart and maybe get a Kamen Rider name.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know all of them, so I can't really say.
Guess, bitch!
I'm not going to guess! You can't make me!
Guess! No, oh boy. Well, alright, okay. Anyway, so this episode's about to be 6 hours long because it's gonna be me,
look, man, I'll just fucking end it. I'll just
switching to my phone and then driving in my car and then driving to find William. Just give a guess.
I don't know. I'm not gonna guess. I'm gonna guess Gaim. That's what I'm gonna guess. That's what my guess is.
Alright. You guessed Gaim. Well, you're wrong. You stupid bitch. Austin, tell him what he won. Austin, tell him what he won.
So what the fuck is it then?
Hey, look, William. You did not win one prize, not two prizes, not even 4 prizes. Instead, you're gonna win 3 prizes of the number 5.
Oh.
5 prizes.
Oh my God.
It's a 5 prize.
I mean, I guess it's. I don't know. I don't even know what 5s is about, really.
Okay, no. So I wanna take a second here, because even if you had like a background in Kamen Rider, I think that this was like a really shitty like misdirect in what they did with the design, because I would say that the Terra like form for Revice feels kind of like the collar that he has is very like Batwing sort of y. But he's not the bat motifed like Kamen Rider. Like
no, we've been close. None of these forms correlate to any to the rider that they're based on.
Listen, again, I was like with W, I was like, I mean, there was a big motif of like wind, so I can kind of understand why it's like a bird. Like, okay, I guess. And then like a mammoth is like a prehistoric creature, and like, I mean, time.
That's extremely reaching and trying to correlate.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. I'm just saying, like,
it's clear that there's no correlation with these. Anyway, that is a cell phone base. He is all speed. That is what 5 is about. Speed. Ignore the fact that there were other Kamen Rider whose point were about speed.
Yeah,
he is
Kabuto. Forget speed. Kabuto, who literally could like fucking was like the Flash level of like, I go into hyperspeed and like so fast that
Kabuto was literally about going past light speed.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
hey, this is 5. He's a cell phone Kamen Rider.
It's just. It was something where I went like, oh, okay, there's like a Batwing sort of like collar, and like we had the opening where in the belts that like are in George's collection, like one of the first ones that we see are like the Kiva belt, and I went, oh yeah, I get that. And then it was like, no, that's 5's. Like literally until I see the mask, I go, oh, I think that's Kiva. It's like, oh, I guess that's 5's? I guess?
Yeah, I forgot. There was a Kamen Rider who was based on a bat.
Huh.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I can see that. But, I mean, we do get that whole,
Yeah, I mean, we get big CGI fight between
it's
them.
like... I don't really like a lot of the CGI, but then again, that's just gonna be me at this point.
Yeah,
I know. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. Awesome. Like, I get it. Like, I understand that's the best we're gonna get. But I did like the inclusion of like sometimes you get like actual the physical actor within the shot, which is actually something I appreciate.
Yeah, you get stunt wires.
Yeah, that shit actually looks good. You also get like and also some of the CGI when it comes to the fights actually does work well, because I did like how you get like fucking Iki like fucking running along the side of a building and fucking
just fuck those buildings, by the way. Those buildings have to get their glass.
Yeah, get fucked.
But it is really fucking cool as shit, though. Also, it's kind of really convenient.
And then we get probably the best shot in the episode is when he does his rider kick.
It's also really convenient that the rider kick will literally kick a person out of the fucking demon. Which is like,
listen, George said what he needed to say. George said, listen, the only thing that can fix you is getting kicked in the goddamn chest. And everyone immediately went, yep, sounds about right. Okay.
Hey man, at least this means that we'll actually get a good, like, because from what I'm seeing from the formula of the fucking show, we're gonna actually get a decent amount of rider kicks. You know, at least compare.
Yeah, but no, this shot is really well done. It is really good, right? It's a really good shot.
I just really like that
close up, like after he does the kick, and it shows Ayaka breaking free of the monster.
Yeah,
right. That's a really good
and I also like the whole ending shot when they at the end of the countdown. That's actually really cool too, with the demon like exploding in the background while you get like Iki and Ayaka like in shot with like Vice in the front. It's really fucking good. It's
yeah,
amazing.
the power of love.
Yeah, the power of love. I also like how fucking Vice like, hey, how are you guys gonna hug for? It's like, all right, Vice. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
But then you get like fucking Ayaka in a cell. Since she did commit crimes, and the mother, being a mother for once. And then you get like fucking Iki finally signing the goddamn contract, and then
listen,
he finally read the terms and conditions.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah, but also we get this point of Iki Iki signs the contract, and then for whatever reason, Vice is like, oh, okay, so that's how this works.
Yeah.
And,
with the photo, right? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Well,
that was
like there's something going on. Like Vice is definitely more intelligent, or at least more aware than we think that he is, of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is,
right.
but he is clearly going like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, oh, the pieces are coming into play.
Yeah, it's curious. I don't know what I'm exactly supposed to get from that photo. Because what I initially kind of got from that is that like he wasn't as attentive or as loving as he kind of portrays himself, Iki,
Mm-hmm.
Or like he's not the best big brother that he kind of acts himself out to be. That was kind of how I initially thought of it, but it's just it seems too off to me to make it that simple.
It seems more like Iki's maybe Iki's becoming more demonic. I don't really know what it... Like, again, I don't think that we can really predict what it is at this point, because...
Yeah, we don't have all the clues, and so it's just kind of hard to...
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to extrapolate from that. And
like,
it's
this
interesting.
Is... Like, if this had actually been the Kiva transformation... I would have been more because again, it was like, ooh, bat motif, and so it was clearly like a Kamen Rider that was more based on like vampires. Literally, the whole shit was the Fangires, because it's not a vampire, it's a Fangire. But like back then, it was like, okay, if this put that in that sense, like, okay, I could believe that because it was supposed to be some kind of vampire. Vampires don't show up in reflections or cameras or whatever sort of thing. But instead, it's like, no, this is more of like some kind of like weird demon shit, and also. Let's not forget the fact that, like, I guess for whatever reason, Vice gets to live inside of Iki's new Phoenix phone.
Yeah, I mean, that might be just a convenient way to kind of excuse Iki talking to Vice, honestly. Because it is a phone.
Yeah, which is honestly better than, like, everyone getting confused about it, but...
Yeah.
I just don't... there's so many questions brought up, and none of them are bad. It's just, it's a lot of questions, and we get to go, ooh, what's happening here? Instead of being like, hey, I showed up into this bookstore with riding a goddamn CG lion.
But, well, I expect that we'll get answers at some point for this stuff. I mean, Revice hasn't failed us so far, so I don't think it will. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass.
Hey, yep, Revice hasn't failed us so far, and I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Words to die by.
Look, I just hope that within the next few weeks, nothing evil shows up in the way of Iki and Vice's.
I just want to listen. Right? I just want to live without. I just want to live without evil, because evil is the opposite of living. I don't want to die.
Right.
Okay.
Hey,
because you gotta remember, William, every villain is lemon, alright?
Oh
Keep
my-
that in mind.
Why would you? Okay, whatever. Fine. Yeah.
oh
sure.
God,
Alright,
are you
that's
telling
this
me that?
week's episode.
Are you
Good
telling me
episode
that
this week.
Logan Paul is going to show up because he's just streaming some dead people?
I didn't want that brought back up again. That was just fucking distasteful shit.
Hey, no, that's how we're ending it, William. That makes you feel
I
better.
don't. It doesn't.
I feel
don't-
good about it.
Alright.
Okay.
Hey, look,
Sure.
William. Hey, look. Like the justice system, we will defeat R. Kelly someday.
Get him.
Alright?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, William, I will say, despite your takes on Bill Cosby, I'm glad that you've always hated R. Kelly.
Okay, whatever. I don't know anymore at this point. I don't listen to our shit anyway.
That's sad. That's sad that you can't. That's pretty problematic if you can't even like take. You should probably cut back on the sauce.
All right, that's
If you're
fucking
that
enemy,
like
that's
if you're
endless.
that
Fucking-
sloshed
I
up
don't-
that you
I don't know
can't
what's
like
that
keep
fucking
track
shit
of like
thing
what
called.
you have
Fucking
and what
that's
have
the end of
not
this goddamn
like
episode.
taking a stance
I don't
and
know,
like
fucking
support of.
Get your shots, mask up, wash your hands. Fucking don't be a fucking selfish little asshole.
Yep,
Do your
yep.
part for society, you little shits. Fucking K, thanks. I don't know.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, that's that. Hey, I'm gonna count that as an end because that's William's ending.